topic is Newton's divided difference interpolation formula. So before starting with the formula, we have to know what is divided difference. Suppose we have y equal to fx, a function given in explicit form, that is we know total n arguments, n plus 1 arguments, x0, x1, x2 dot dot xn plus 1, not necessarily they are equidistant, and their corresponding values y0, y1 dot dot yn plus 1. Okay. Then the first order divided difference, of fx with two arguments. We are considering the first two arguments x0, x1. This is denoted by f of x0, x1 or delta of x0, x1. Whichever notation we can use. F of x0, x1 or delta of x0, x1. And it is defined by this one equals f of x0 or delta x0, whatever you want to use, delta x0 minus delta x1 by x0 minus x1. That means f of x0 minus f of x1 by x0 minus x1. Okay, this is called, or we can use f of x0, x1 also. The same notation is applicable for any of this. Okay, this is called the first order divided difference of fx with two arguments x0, x1. That means f of x0 minus f of x1 by x0 minus x1. Similarly, if we say f of x1, x2 or delta of x1, x2, the same thing. It will be f of x1 minus f of x2, that is the first functional value, minus the second functional value divided by first minus second argument, x1 minus x2. Okay. Now check, we can write it like f of x2 minus f of x1 by x2 minus x1. Then both the minus will be absorbed. That means, and this is equal to, we can write delta of x2, x1. Or f of x2, x1. So now check this x1 and x2, that means the arguments, their position can be interchangeable. That means the function f or delta, this function is symmetric with respect to its position of its arguments. Okay. Now moving to taking three arguments, then what will we write? So considering the first three argument x0, x1, x2. Then what will be its value? Second order divided difference of fx with respect to three arguments x0, x1, x2. Then it will become equals, taking first n minus 1 at a time, that is delta of x0, x1, minus taking the last n minus 1 arguments at a time. So x1, x2 by first minus last. Okay. Now you know the formula of delta x0, x1. This is first order divided difference with respect to two arguments. You can easily put that and this value also. Then you get the result. Okay. So whenever we are considering three arguments, taking first n minus 1 at a time minus the last n minus 1 at a time, then divided by first argument minus the last argument. So similarly, if we consider total n plus 1 arguments, then what will we write for x0, x1 dot 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 xn? Then what will be the value of delta or f of this x0, x1 dot dot xn? It will be delta of first n minus 1. Here total n plus 1 arguments are available. So we have to take the first n arguments. That is x0, x1 dot dot xn minus 1 minus delta of the last n arguments x1, x2 dot dot xn divided by first argument minus last argument, that is x0 minus xn. Okay. So this is how we define divided difference of first order, second order up to nth order, considering 1, 2, 3, 4 or n arguments. Now we have few properties of this divided difference. The first property is divided differences are symmetric functions of their argument. Differences are symmetric functions of their arguments. We have already discussed it for the first order. Symmetric functions of their argument. We have already discussed it for the first order, that is delta of x0 comma x1 equals delta of x1 comma x0. Now we have to prove it for more than 2 arguments. So let's take 3 arguments. Delta of x0 comma x1 comma x2. It is delta x0 comma x1 minus delta x1 comma x2 divided by x0 minus x2, right? So we are writing it x0 minus x2 into putting these two values, this and this, so it will become fx0 minus fx1 by x0 minus x1 minus fx1 minus fx2 by x1 minus x2. Just putting their value. Then keeping this one by this one minus this one by this one. So it will become fx0 by x0 minus x1 minus fx1 by x0 minus x1 minus fx1 by x1 minus x2, then minus minus plus fx2 by x1 minus x2. Okay, now there are 2 fx1 type of terms. We are adding them. It will become fx0 by x0 minus x1 plus x0 minus x2 into fx1 by x1 minus x0 into x1 minus x2. Just find their LCM and find the sum. Then you will get this one minus fx2 by x2 minus x1. That was x1 minus x2, so we are taking minus common, it becomes x2 minus x1. So we got this one. Now multiplying this with this bracket, so it will become fx0 by x0 minus x1 into x0 minus x2 plus fx1 by this and this will be cancelled out, then x0 minus x1 minus x0 into x1 minus x2 plus fx2 by x0 minus x2, sorry, x2 minus x0, because there was one minus, I have written it plus, so it becomes x2 minus x0 into x2 minus x1, right? This is the value of delta x0 comma x1 comma x2, right? Similarly, for the nth term, what we can write? Check this third order divided difference. So here second order divided difference, delta of x0 comma x1 comma x2, this value is first f of the first argument divided by first argument minus the other arguments plus second entry divided by second argument minus the other arguments plus the third entry divided by third argument minus the other third entry divided by the third argument minus the other arguments. So using this method, what we can write for the nth term? For the nth term, we can write f of x0 comma x1 comma x2 dot 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 xn. This will be equal to summation of f of xi divided by xi minus x0 into xi minus x1 dot dot, there will be no xi minus xi, so xi minus xi minus 1 into xi minus xi plus 1 then dot dot up to xi minus xn, right? And I runs from 0 to n. So this is the required formula. Clearly this is symmetric with respect to the position of their arguments. This is the required formula for nth order divided difference rule. Nth order divided difference rule. Okay, now if we can write this product as a compact form, what we can write? This equals I equal to 0 to n f of xi divided by this product, pi of, product is denoted by pi as sum is denoted by this sign, this xi minus xj, where j runs from 0 to n and obviously I not equal to j, because otherwise the factor will become 0. So this is the required nth order divided difference formula. Now we will use this formula to find Newton's divided, to actually discuss Newton's divided difference interpolation formula. Okay. Now whenever we are saying interpolation formula, that means we have to find out some another function phi x which can replace fx over the given arguments, right? This is the actual purpose of interpolating formulas. Fx given in explicit form, that means we have given total n plus 1 arguments, not necessarily equispaced, and their corresponding values. Now we have to find out a new function phi x such that phi x can replace fx over that given n plus 1 arguments. So our main work for any interpolating formula is find that unknown function phi x or Lx. Lx was denoted for the Lagrange's function. Here we will choose phi x. So let's find out. Then we are at first we are taking phi x should replace fx in the given arguments. That means phi of xj should be equal to f of xj, right? For j runs from 0, 1 to dot 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 in that range. So now starting with the divided difference, delta of x comma x0. Then its value is fx minus fx0 by x minus x0. Okay. Now let's find the value of fx from that relation. Fx will be fx0 plus x minus x0 into delta of x comma x0. This one. Keeping it as equation number 1. Now starting with this delta of x comma x0 comma x1. This will become delta of x comma x0 minus delta x0 x1, first n minus 1 then last n minus 1 divided by first minus last, that is x minus x1. Now let's find out the value of delta x comma x0 from this. So its value will be delta x comma x0 equals delta x0 comma x1 plus x minus x1 into delta x x0 x1. This one, right? Naming it 2. Now from 2 we got the value of delta x comma x0. We will put that value over this. So using 2 from 1, what will we get? Using 2 from 1, if we put this value over 1, we will get fx equals fx0 plus x minus x0 into this total value. So x minus x0 into this, the first value, plus x minus x0 into the second value, into delta of x comma x0 comma x1, right? Keeping it as number 3. Next start with delta x comma x0 comma x1 comma x2. Now from checking 3, what we can write? What could be the value of delta x comma x0 comma x1 comma x2? We got the value for, from equation number 3, what we can write? we can write this value will be, from there we can get the value of delta x comma x0 comma x1, whose value will be delta x0 x1 x2 plus x minus x2 into delta x comma x0 comma x1 x2, keeping it as number 4. Now from there we got this value, and there is this term delta x x0 x1 in equation number 3, so we can put that over there. So using the value of 4 into 3, what will we get? We will get fx equals fx0 plus x minus x0 into delta x0 comma x1 plus x minus x0 into x minus x1 delta x0 comma x1 comma x2 plus x minus x0 into x minus x1 into x minus x2 into delta x x0 x1 x2. This is for the we have taken total 3 arguments, x and another 3 arguments, x0 x1 x2. So by applying the same method, what we can say that if x will be, if we take another more argument, that means x x0 x1 x2 x3, then get the value of this quantity and putting it over there, just by applying the same procedure, at last what will we get? We'll get fx equals fx0 plus x minus x0 into delta x0 comma x1 plus x minus x0 into x minus x1 into delta x0 x1 x2 plus dot dot dot. The last term will be x minus x0 into dot dot x minus xn, then delta x0 x comma x0 up to dot dot xn. Right? This is our required fx. That means this is our required desired polynomial phi x. We will replace this fx, we will, yes, by this phi x. So our required phi x interpolating polynomial is equal to this one. This is the required Newton's interpolating polynomial. We will use this to get the values of fx.